Legacy Maker, the All Sports Network.
Welcome to the one-on-one. When it comes to ratings, man, we number one. I get the truth, then I give them the scoop. If anybody got a question, I give them the proof. Welcome to the one-on-one. When it comes to ratings, man, we number one. I get the truth, then I give them the scoop. If anybody got a question, I give them the proof. Welcome to one-on-one at Legacy Maker Sports Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 67 of One-on-One here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. And we got a special one for everybody today, especially for my Amelia family, fan base, whatever you want, Raider Pride, Raider 365, you name it. We got a special one today as we have my man, Amelia Raider alumni, all district, all state, I could go on with all the accolades. We got our man, long snapper for the Virginia Tech Hokies, number 99, Justin Pollock. Justin, how are you doing today, brother? And welcome to One-on-One.
Yes, sir. I'm doing great. Appreciate you having me here. Thank you.
Oh, man, it's an honor, man. It's always nice to sit back and chat with one of my fellow Amelians. I think I'm saying that right. I could be saying it wrong, too. So you know how that goes. But, yeah, man, so glad to have you on. And, everybody knows that I'm a Cavalier fan. And I know, don't hold that against me. Me. Everybody knows I'm a Cavalier fan. Don't hold it against me. But, like I said the other day, I said, when it comes to Tech, there's one part of Tech that I always cheer for, and that's you, my friend. So once again, glad to have you on.
Yes, sir.
Now, with that being said, we're going to start off the show the way we always start off the show, ladies and gentlemen, and that is with the check-in. All right, so Justin, we're going to check in on you, man. Obviously, things have been probably very interesting over the last couple of years, especially with the pandemic, everything going on, just dealing with everything we've been through. Just kind of want to, check in on you, your family, your friends. How's everybody doing? How's Justin doing right now?
I'm doing great. Like I told you earlier, I'm living the dream right now. I just moved in with my hopefully future-to-be wife.
Yeah.
My family's doing great. Everything's on the upside right now, so it's awesome.
Another Amelia great, we'll throw shout out to the other Amelia great that the future Miss Pollock, can't wait to see that go down, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Also at Tech with you, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Awesome. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now let's get into the passion for sports, man. I want to know about 6, 7, 8-year-old Justin, man. Like, where did that passion for sports come from? Like that first moment you was like, oh man, sports is going to be my life. Do you remember that first moment where you knew sports would be your passion?
When as soon as I could walk, I was throwing a baseball, playing football. My dad took me to every single thing that I did growing up. And that was where it mainly started, as a relationship with my dad, because my dad's always been the hardest person on me ever. And that's why I am where I am today, because of him. But that's pretty much where it started, is just me and my dad's bonding and him taking me to everything that I did. And he was always there, and my mom as well. But like I said, all the hard times, Dad was always there for me. And that's what pretty much sparked that love for sports. So.
Okay, and see, that's the thing. Like, when we grow up, everything is kind of like, what's the word I want to use? When you grow up in that small town, sometimes people look at it as like, but in our area, sports is life. We do a lot of, you got baseball around there. Obviously, baseball is huge in Amelia, and then football is obviously right there with it. So, growing up around that time frame and being able to, kind of do your thing down there and kind of learn and kind of grow is always a pretty good deal. Now, you've been you have now been at Tech for a couple of years now, but I kind of want to know your journey. Like, I want people to know the journey for those young Amelia people out there that say, man, I can't make it, man. I can't take it to the next level. I can't do this. I can't do that. And then they see people like yourself that is a shining example. Can you take us on your journey from being an Amelia Raider to a Virginia Tech Hokie?
So when I was in high school, I had the option. I was pretty decent at linebacker and tight end. I had 13 D2 offers to play linebacker and tight end, and it actually moved me to defensive end as well, just depending on whatever school I went to. And I had 2 Division I offers to play long snapper, which was Old Dominion and Virginia Tech. And I just did a lot of praying, and something in my head just kept telling me to go to Virginia Tech. So after I decided that, I came to Virginia Tech. Never got one opportunity my freshman year. Just going to throw that out there. Really messed with my mind a little bit. Did I really want to do this? And it wasn't really myself that kept me in it. It was me wanting to show the kids at home, you can do this. And J.J. Watt says a quote in one of his videos all the time. He always says, he was like, I want to be the number 1 defensive player in the league. And they were like, there's no way you're going to do that as a defensive end. He's like, why not? So that's what I say all the time. I said, why not? And I say all the time as well, I control what I can control. So I couldn't control. I wasn't getting an opportunity. So I just did all I could just to be the best player I could be. So went through freshman year, didn't play a snap. Didn't even get a practice rep. Never got an opportunity. Like I said, just keeping faith. Next year comes along. That was COVID year. So first game of the season, I'm 3 deep. I'm actually supposed to be – so I was 3 deep when I first got there. And then after that, the second string transfer. So I'm second string. And I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Then a starter from UVA comes in and knocks me back down to 3 string.
Oh.
So, like I said, my mindset just hits rock bottom again. But, my parents and all of them just tell me just to keep my head up and do what I can do. So first game of the season was when COVID hit, 2020. On that Monday, the starter and the second string test positive for COVID. So I'm starting against NC State out of nowhere. I'm a redshirt freshman. I'm starting. I just get thrown into the fire. So long story short, there's a lot of ins and outs to it. I get to the field, and the starter's there in the locker room.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
I was like, buddy, I thought you had It was a long story. Long story short, like I said, sophomore year, didn't play.
Right.
So that's 2 years. And me coming from Amelia County being I hope I'm the man, but feeling like I was the man.
You're the man.
Going to rock bottom and not playing a snap of football in 2 years. And I said this a few times. That does a lot to your mentality.
Right.
It really makes you want to, fold up and go cry in your corner. But like I said, 2020, didn't play a snap. Junior year, same thing happened. I got some opportunities in practice, and I felt like I did really well. I actually went 100% for perfect snaps in the spring and fall. Still didn't get an opportunity. I had the number 1 kid. I don't know if you know Oscar Shadley. He was a number 1 snapper in the country. So pretty much my plan was I knew it was going to be pretty hard to play until my senior year. So what is that? 2021, didn't play a snap. So that's 3 years from going from high school playing every single snap to going 3 years without playing one. So this is where the rock bottom really hit rock bottom. And I was just like, do I really want to do this? And I even went to my coach. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And he says that I'm just right there and I'm just not quite there yet. So I made a commitment like I did when we can go back to high school. When I was a junior in high school, I told myself that I'm going to play college football. So some people may know they go there at 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. I'm in there snapping, grinding, because that's what it takes.
Right.
Like other people are out on Friday nights,
partying
with their friends.
Yeah, party doing whatever. Yeah.
Not me. I'd go play a baseball game, come back and snap in my uniform in my front yard. That's just that's what it takes. Every single second that you don't take advantage of, somebody else is getting better than you. So I kind of got comfortable in those first 2 years being like, I'm here, I'm high, whatever. And junior year that clicked. In that summer, I said, I'm going to snap every single day so I can be the best player I can be. So, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Oscar graduates. My coach gets fired. So my coach gets fired that I've been there for 3 years. He recruited me, all that. And I'm just like, what the heck? So Coach probably gets hired, which is the best thing that probably could have ever happened to me, honestly. He hires a great staff. Stu Holt, he was a special teams coordinator at Louisville last year. He comes and he watches all of us snappers snap. And I got put in the starting role when I snapped in front of him one time. So I've been here for 3 years, snapping in front of with the same kids and never got an opportunity. And then all of a sudden I snap one time in front of somebody new and I get put to the starting role. Just going to leave that out there to soak for a little bit. But like I said, so then, getting used to a new scheme, had a really good spring. It was a lot of ups and downs because I don't want to give away. You'll see against Old Dominion, I can't really give too much, but
right.
But doing something, it's a whole new world to me. So, which I'm pretty good at now. So I had an okay spring, and this fall camp has just been fire. All the pieces of the puzzle came together, and I've just been on fire. So now
Excited.
we're just on the road to Old Dominion and ready to show it, put it on tape. So.
Yeah, now Old Dominion's going to be like, why didn't he come here? Oh, man.
I know.
I wish he was here. But,
They're lost.
man, they're lost. And, but Virginia Tech's game. And, it's so amazing, man. Like, for those people out there, when you listen to that story, people could easily give up. Man, forget this. You know how many times we hear stories one season of not playing, guys say, man, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to go transfer because I want to play. It takes a special person to take a step back and say, you know what, this is the best place for me. I just got to put myself in position. And that's what you did. And now you're sitting here in your junior year, still with another year to go. And you're sitting here in your junior year, and now you have an opportunity. Unless you get the super senior power. Do you get super senior power? You get super senior power. So you get 3 years. Okay. So you get up to 3 years left here. And, for those people out there that say, oh, man, I can't look at this. Justin shows you, that you can persevere and make it through. And now you're the starter. You're ready to make things happen for the 2022 season. Now, with that being said, let's get into that 2022 season. Now, this team last year, 6-7. There's a lot of Virginia Tech fans in this area, just in the state in general, and they're not used to seeing 6-7 seasons. Did make the bowl last year, tough loss in the Pinstripe Bowl against Maryland. What is going to be different, in your opinion, this year for this 2022 Virginia Tech Hokies team? What's the vibe? What are you feeling heading into this season?
So last year, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it one bit. It was kind of like everybody does their own thing. Everybody knew the coach was on his way out. So it was kind of we're just going to lay down kind of deal. I'm just going to do my own thing. This year, Coach Pry has came in and has, in my opinion, flipped it around. He doesn't care who you are or what. He's going to make sure everybody is doing the standard, and the standard's a standard. And I think it's going to be great. I really do. Like I said, the communication, we actually have a 5 set of fundamentals we go by every day. And the main one is communication. And he just the way he carries himself every day and the way he carries the program just completely flipped it around. So overall, I think it's going to be great compared to last year.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you do predictions because I'm not putting yourself in that position. We're not gonna do that. But what I do, it was funny because when the hires both Virginia and Virginia Tech at the same time, looking for coaches, and a lot of people were like, well, we're the future of the state of Virginia right now. The 2 top schools in Virginia are like, in a world span. But then 2 great hires, in my opinion, and then Coach Pry, coming from Penn State, and he had some Virginia Tech connects, correct? If I'm not mistaken, he went to Tech, right?
He was a graduate assistant, I think, in 95 or something like that. So right around that time, yes, sir.
Awesome. So now looking at this Virginia Tech team, UVA comes into town this year, and obviously, Tech has had their number. tremendously since 2004.
Yeah.
With that, with Virginia coming back to Blacksburg, I know you don't probably mark games on your calendar, or maybe not, every game, one game at a time, but how special is the rivalry between Virginia Tech and Virginia to you?
It is honestly insane. Like I said, I've never played a snap in it, but just watching the difference in the crowd, Blacksburg in general, the team, it's just, I know, like I said, just another game, but it's just like when you win that game, it's just a tremendous feeling compared to when you beat anybody else.
Right.
We could beat Alabama, and I think it would still be hyper to beat Virginia.
It's different.
It is. Just, yeah.
It's the bragging rights.
Awesome.
It's the bragging rights, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just so much tradition behind it, like we said. But yeah, it's awesome compared to anything else. So
I was at the game last year, and in Charlottesville, and I just remember there was a lot of Virginia fans mad.
Yeah.
At your intern coach at the time, he breaks out the stogie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I said, man, that's rough. But you know what though? You got to win the game, and you stop those things from happening. And so, I mean, it's such a great rivalry. I can't wait for the installment again this year in Blacksburg, because there's nothing like Sandman, and that's coming from a Virginia fan here. Like I've been a couple times, and I went to the Richmond Virginia Tech game last year, and I remember sitting there, and even in the daytime, I was like, man, it's different. It's just got a different feel to it. So I know you can't wait for that first home game of the season, first game of the season, and home game of the season. But with that being said, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to move to our next segment. It is time for Quick Ones. All right, everybody. I hope you're ready for the Justin Pollock edition of Quick Ones here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network 101. And so with the Quick Ones, for those who for the first time, if you're listening for the first time here on Quick Ones, when I ask Justin the question, it's gonna give me an answer, and it can be long if you want it, Justin, or it can be short. That's completely up to you. There is no wrong answers in Quick Ones, because you know what? They're your answers. All right, here we go. Let's get started with the Justin Pollock edition of Quick Ones here on 101. First one, your favorite sports moment.
My favorite sports moment. Even though we did lose this game, Goochland District Championship, high school senior year. That was one of my favorite games of all time. Just watching absolutely the whole town of Amelia there support us was just absolutely insane. That was my favorite sports moment of all time.
Man, I remember the build up to that game.
I know.
The whole, even the week, because everybody knew it was happening. It was 9-0 versus 9-0. And it was a tough way to, it was a great game though. Like from beginning to end, like Amelia was in it at the end. They had opportunities. It was never at a point where I felt like, oh, this game's going to, no, the energy level was just different. And being able to call the game myself was just, I get cold chills when you bring it up, because
I just got them too.
I know, man. I just remember how the energy, I remember looking, because the game I believe was like at 5:00. They did it on like 5:00 on a Saturday. And I remember looking around the field, and I said, man, this reminds me of when I was a kid and we had big homecoming games. And we were just stacked all the way through. And it was good energy. One day we're going to get them. One day we're going to get them. Goochland's going to get there. Don't worry, Goochland. We haven't forgotten, and it will happen at some point. Don't worry. But it was definitely a great game. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. You played your butt off in that game, and you was all over the field in that game. It was like 87 tackles, some dumb number like that. It
was crazy. I remember it like it was yesterday. I think we lost by 2, didn't we?
It was it was like 20. It was like 27-25.
It was something. It was
something. It was a weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was definitely an odd number, and I just remember saying like, man. But very proud of the guys. Very proud of the guys. Won a playoff game the following week. Had a tough game against, I think it was Pocosa in the in the semifinals. Yeah. So I mean, but it was definitely a fun moment. Next one. I hate to do this to you, but the worst sports moment.
my last game of my high school career. The momentum was already going down a little bit because we were getting a kick to us, and I was running the ball and I got hit and I fumbled for the first time ever. But like I said, you live and you learn.
You live and you learn, brother.
You live and you learn.
We move on from there. Next one on quick ones. Favorite athlete growing up?
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt. JJ Watt's an amazing guy, isn't he? The things he did for Houston a couple of years ago, just amazing human being. Forget the athlete, just an amazing human being.
Yep, and just the amount of adversity that he goes through, and still, like, he has the same mindset as I do. And that's what I try to stay positive in everything I do. So,
and hence, so I'm guessing that's why the number 99 is in place there. I would guess, right? That
was a coincidence, but I'm very happy it was. Yeah, I'm glad. I never asked to change. I love it.
It's a very happy incident, especially if JJ Watt's your favorite growing up. It was like, hey, look, there we go. Next one. It's game day. What are the top 3 songs on your playlist?
See, I'm kind of a weird dude. I listen to country and rap at the same time.
Ain't nothing wrong weird with that. Go ahead. What you got?
the song We Ready, that's one of my favorite songs that I listen to. And then I love listening. This is going to be so weird. I listen to Alan Jackson before games.
Hey, the legend.
He is one of my favorite, him and George Strait. So I wouldn't say a particular song because I just love hearing his voice. But those 3 artists, or the one song and the 2 artists, I just put on a mix. So
I can see that.
It gets me. It's not really about a hype thing for me. It just gets me in a good mood. So
put you in a good mindset. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if it was me and I don't know a lick of Spanish, I probably would be listening to Selena. I love Selena's music, man. And I'll be in the house and I don't know none of it, but it's just her style, it's her singing voice. And like you said, it puts you in a good mindset heading into the game. All right, here come 2 fun ones. Last 2 on quick ones. Next one, worst food you ever had.
I went to there's a restaurant in Blacksburg. I'm not going to say the name so I can put them on blast.
Don't hurt them.
But me and my girlfriend went, and people had told her, because you just don't get meatloaf at a restaurant.
Right.
It's just not something you get. So somebody told her the meatloaf was really good, so she got it and tried it, and it was terrible. It was terrible.
Like never again,
man.
That's hilarious. Last one on quick ones. There's a movie of your life. Who plays you? And name 2 key actors that you would like to see in the movie.
So there's a movie, and who plays you? 2 of the key actors. Okay. So JJ Watt would have to be in it.
Okay. All right. So JJ Watt's in there.
Okay. Then if I had to pick another dude, he's another player on the team. He's one of my best friends. His name's Luke Buswell. He'd probably play me because we're almost alike. And he's a little bit more cut up than me too. So,
you got to make you look good on camera, right?
Yeah. And probably my dad, because you got to have the one person sitting there yelling at you the whole time.
Awesome.
During the movie. So
That's awesome. Got to give Dad some love there. Dad's got to get in the movie. Most definitely. All right, everybody. That was a Justin Pollock version of Quick Ones here on 1-on-1. And before we go, we have to do one quick thing, and that is, all right, Justin, we want you to leave your legacy, my man. Look, question at hand is this. When you leave Tech, when you move on to the next spot, what are you doing? What type of legacy do you want to leave behind at Virginia Tech? And if there's any type of project or anything you have going on, please let us know about it.
The legacy I'd like to leave is like, let me think about this. Don't let a rough roller coaster ruin the whole ride for you.
Right.
Does that make sense? So, like I said, my first 3 years, I went from being the man to being at rock bottom. Just keep grinding through it all. I want to be able to show that anything is possible that you do in life as long as you put your mind to it. And that's what people say about me a lot. If I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it. So put your mind to something and don't give up until you get it. So that's what legacy I want to leave, that anything's possible. So
awesome. Anything special we got going on other than game 1 of the season? Anything we need to know about?
Just getting ready for hunting season, trying to.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. That's it. That is it for episode 67 here on 101 here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. And I just want to say, Justin, like, I truly appreciate you stopping by, catching up, talking a little Raider football, but then on top of that, talking about the Hokies. Don't mind my, I'm trying to be loyal. It's hard to be trying to be split loyal here, but seriously though, man, super proud of you. And I'll say this till I'm blue in the face for a guy, to come out of Amelia County, or any person to come out of Amelia County and show that they can do something. A lot of the times the kids in the county get the mindset that you get stuck in Amelia County and that's where you got to be for the rest of your life, or there's nothing outside of Amelia County. But you and a couple of others that, I've seen out there have shown and laid a pathway to say, hey, look, when you say you're a small school guy, you're a small county guy, look where I'm at. I'm at Tech, one of the best college football programs in the nation. Okay. And so, thank you for being that guy in life for a lot of kids. Thank you for showing Amelia, kids that they can go out there and do this, man. We appreciate you, man. Keep rocking and rolling.
That's all I want to do is just leave, pay the road for somebody else to drive on. That's all I want to do.
That's awesome. All right, now, everybody, before we go, just a quick reminder, on Sunday, my girl Candace Cooper is coming on for 101 for episode 68, the host of the Locked In on ACC podcast. So, we might have to bring up a little bit about tech in this podcast as she talks all ACC. So Candace will be on with us on Sunday. Once again, everybody, I am Darrell Owens. This is my man, Justin Pollock. Make sure you check out Virginia Tech football this year. And we love you all. You take care, and we will see y'all next time.
Thank y'all.
Legacy Maker, the All Sports Network.
Welcome to the 101. When it comes to ratings, man, we number one. I get the truth, then I give them the scoop. If anybody got a question, I give them the